My name is Michelle Adeniyi, also known as Maven Michelle, and my mission is to shape societies and communities in order to help them overcome societal barriers through technology. I do this through my work in technology, community development, philanthropy, and entrepreneurship. I am a 29-year-old native of Chicago, Illinois. I am a first-generation Nigerian American. I am a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I am Chief Experience Officer at Maven & Co. And I am the creator and host of Young African Savants. Okay, well, my upbringing consisted of living on the north side of Chicago for most of my childhood. I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, not the suburbs. So I'm a proud Chicagoan through and through. My parents both came here from Nigeria for, educational studies. So they came here to pursue their college degrees and ended up just staying. And my grandmother was a big part of my life. Her name was Grace. And so she basically helped my parents a lot by raising us. It was interesting, but overall my upbringing was pretty fun. It was good. A lot of my memories, the good ones, I have with Chicago. And so that's why I'm so passionate about this city and giving kids and people an opportunity to thrive where they are, Wow, my upbringing definitely has influenced my career ventures and aspirations. Right now, I serve as the Director of Education and STEM Programs for the Union League Boys and Girls Club, which is a organization under the Boys and Girls Club of America. I was involved in extracurricular activities, Chicago Park District, and Boys and Girls Club. And so because of that experience and the impact that it made on my life, I knew that it would be beneficial for me to get involved in this type of an organization, especially in the role that I am in, which is not athletic. I definitely influence and advocate on behalf of my kids about them getting exposure to real life experiences. I also advocate for them to have more STEM education, when STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, because I feel like when I was younger, if I would have been exposed to those things, it would have been easier for me to make those decisions when it came to my academics. So I just want to give people the opportunity to know that there are more things to do outside of what you see every day. You don't have to be a rapper if you don't want to. You don't have to be a basketball or football player. You could be a graphic designer. You could be an audio engineer. You could be a scientist. You could be a mathematician. There's just so many things. So just exposing inner city youth to the possibilities of things that they can do and providing them with a platform to shine, that definitely is something that I care a lot about. Although nobody in my immediate family is an entrepreneur, or my parents aren't entrepreneurs, I think that is enough reason for me to want to do it. My parents came here for a specific goal, which was to get through college and be able to, provide for themselves and their families back home in Lagos, Nigeria. And just being able to see their determination and the way that they were able to be so resilient in a foreign land, in a foreign country, I feel like I have to take that, torch and go further than they did. So I've already, got my bachelor's degree. I've already, attained my professional success, and now it's time for me to take things to the next level in order to build that legacy for my family. This may sound cliche, but the person that has impacted my life the most is my mother. I just really love her determination and her resilience. She came to America in her early 20s. She came out here and was courageous. I'm sure she was scared. She didn't have nobody in her family here to help her. She didn't have no money, but she came out here and made something of herself, went to junior college, went to university, had her kids, got married, has been working for the state of Illinois for most of my life, and has been able to really just pick herself up out of being on, public aid, welfare, Section 8. We was on everything. And now she has accomplished so much here and in her homeland. She was able to go home for about 7 years to serve in the leadership for the government of Lagos State when it comes to social welfare. So I think she just impacted me a lot because she showed me that you can be successful by doing what you are passionate about. Right now, I am taking my entrepreneurship seriously, and I am starting Maven Digital Group, which is a company that is comprised of like subsidiaries. So first and foremost, I'm launching Maven & Co., which is like my consulting agency. It's a boutique digital creative agency, and I specialize in business, design, and technology. And what I found is that there are a lot of people who have the vision or the idea to start something very, unique and powerful, but they don't have any direction or they don't know how to execute. And that's where I come in. That's my specialty. So I'm doing that with Maven & Co. And I'm really excited because I've been doing some amazing projects, building websites and helping people with app development. So that's like my baby when it comes to my business. And I'm looking forward to doing more in 2017 with that. Next, I have Young African Savants with Maven Michelle, which is a podcast series celebrating African leadership, entrepreneurship, culture, and success. And it came to me because I'm a first generation Nigerian American. So I'm always looking for inspirational stories or, ways to find other people doing amazing things. There are some really amazing people doing amazing things. And I'm not saying only entrepreneurial. There are people doing amazing things in corporate America, in healthcare, in agriculture. There's just so much happening in the diaspora. And I want to be able to provide people with a platform to be able to talk about those things, talk about the things that they overcame, if there were any obstacles, because being an immigrant or being a child of an immigrant is a totally different layer of experiences on top of being black. So I want to be able to talk about that and be able to provide people with opportunities to share those stories with others. And then last but definitely not least is Maven Girl Project, which is my nonprofit organization providing young women of color with ambitious goals, with the opportunity to have mentorship, internship, and scholarship opportunities. Maven Girl Project is for young women 18 to 28. So the first 10 years of your young adulthood, I feel like there's a lot of decisions and a lot of things that happen, and sometimes you either can't figure it out or you don't have anybody in your family because they haven't been through the same experiences. So you have to seek out your tribe. You got to find your mentors. You got to find, and I went through that as a firstborn. I've had to figure everything out on my own. So I just feel like, let me be who I wanted when I was younger. Let me create and cultivate that community of young women. And I feel like as young African American women, we need to be able to work with each other and help each other and stop acting like everything is a secret. It's not a secret to be successful. You need other people to get things done. So those are my 3 main projects happening in 2017. I'm very excited. I know it is ambitious, but I'm very excited about these things happening under Maven Digital Group. I had to go through a lot of financial struggles, and I had to figure out how to get myself out of those. I had to pay for school for most of the time. I thank God for the resources that I found in TRIO Student Support Services. They provided me with scholarships in my community college at Parkland and also at Eastern Illinois University, where I matriculated with my bachelor's degree. Financial aid was a big problem for me. So I have a considerable amount of debt, and that is something that I had to overcome because that is very deterring when you don't have any financial assistance. You feel defeated and you're like, what's the point of me getting this degree? What am I busting my butt for, to get if I'm gonna be in this much debt? So it can be a little overwhelming, but that was something that I was able to push past and seek the resources in order to get scholarships to assist me. Because I didn't have a lot of financial literacy, I'll say ignorance is bliss. I got myself into a whole lot of debt. I'm talking, I had to file bankruptcy when I graduated college. So that is a whole other obstacle. I don't want anybody around me to ever have to go through that. So I'm very passionate about sharing my story. I would tell 18-year-old Michelle to focus. Don't get so wrapped up in that boy. Don't get so frustrated with college. It's so much bigger than what you are in right now. I would definitely tell myself to take me more seriously. That is the biggest takeaway that I have for 18-year-old Michelle, because that's where things kind of went in a different direction for me. And it took me a couple years to come back to where I should have been. I want my legacy to be that I came to this earth and I left it better than I found it. I want my legacy to convey the fact that I made my mark in trying to change the world in my own little way. I don't think that I'm going to be like a president of the United States or anything like that, but I definitely think that I'm gonna go down in the history books some way. So definitely want to leave the world better than I found it by providing people with opportunities, experiences, and a platform to pursue their passions as a passion pusher.